Good afternoon. Right. So to test the weather balloon thing, been having quite a bit of thinking process involved. Thinking process. I've had quite a bit of thought involved in this. I'm gonna need something cold, so I'm gonna try and make a tiny little freezer. Try is always the upper end sort of word there. So getting hold of a lab grade -60 freezer, or anything colder than -20, is a bit hard. You can tweak freezers to get down to about -30ish, potentially with a good thermostat. But I want to have a little play with some Peltiers. Always love these things, and they're horrendously inefficient. Let me just grab a module that you would typically see in one of those cool boxes you get for cars. I've ordered one. I'm going to try and not drop it. Here it is. Let's have a play with this and see what it does. First goal, let's get through the packing tape with the magic tool. So all this is basically, I'll explain what a Peltier is in a sec. Well, basically explain. Won't be able to do much more than that. Okay. Oh, we have a module. We have fan. Oh, we have a Peltier. Good. So Peltier, what it does is, it's like a small 40 by 40. It depends on the size. It's a 40 by 40, little square, symmetric. It's about that thick, well, depending. And when you apply current to it, it will basically transfer heat from one side to the other. But on the other side, the hot side, it will produce a lot more heat. This is why they're not the greatest, because they're like 20% efficient at best, depending on the configuration. But they're only really good for cooling tiny things down. So normally the cool boxes for cars, not very good. Unless they're compressor based, then they're a lot more efficient. But what we have here is, you can probably tell, the cold side. So it's sandwiched basically by these bolts. Inside there is that little 40 by 40 mil square thing, Peltier. And hot side, cold side, as you can tell, a lot more heat. It's expected. I think this is a 60 watt module. You can buy up to 500. Not the easiest to find, quite expensive. Obviously, a lot of power as well. But all I want to do here is try and create something that's that can make a small area. Well, we'll see. Like a polystyrene box, pretty cold, at any power cost. So we're going to start mucking around with these and see where we get with them, basically. But yeah, let's. Oh, I also have. If I don't drop it, I already have kicked it across the workshop, shed, whatever you want to call it, and security updates. Of course, I have a Flare 1. No, we're not restarting now. And on here, I don't have the official app, but I have the non-official app, because if you want the official, yeah, basically there's two tiers to this. This is the cheaper tier. If you get the Pro, you get the different app, and from what I've seen, the big difference is you get a scale like this that you can get anyway with other apps. So let me just turn on. Oh no. Okay, it's kind of like an enhanced mode, and I don't know what scale I've put this in. What did you do, Andy? Stand by. Iron, yes please. So now you can see the resolution difference here. So this is actually the infrared camera side of it, and then this is another camera enhancing it. Now I don't know why it's grey. So you can change the what's it called, effects. So you can have different like color effects. So as you can see, so the light switch is a little bit warm, or in my case, my hand has temperature, and I'm a bit warm. Let me just make sure it's not me. Okay, it's good. It's not me. But anyway, in this. So it allows us to see heat, basically. I'll try and do my best to show you, because I can't record this one. I might, we could flip it over part of the way through, but if I use the official app, you actually get a bit of a better experience. So close that. I'll show you. Okay, it is plugged in. Okay, there we go. So you can see it's like enhancing the view, but you don't get that. What am I saying? The scale that I'm quite interested in. I don't know if you get a crosshair temperature. Yes. Okay. Well, technically we could roll with that. There you go. I have temperature. But now if we look at this, it's very cold. It's there we go. Oh, hands in the way. There we go. Just get it out. It's 23-ish. What I might have to do is, you can see there's a bit of an image shift there. They have a tuning part to this. Camera alignment. That's more like it. There you go. So if I touch this, should make it okay, not much warmer. Let me try again. Yeah, didn't do too much more. So let's plug this in and give it a spin. I'm going to put the little guy down there. Hopefully we'll be able to trigger all these fans. This is probably not the best way of getting through. No, I could just probably pull it out. Yeah, so they have applications. They're useful for some things. Wouldn't say they'd be good to replace your freezer with it, let's put it that way, unless you've got a lot of them and a lot of money. Yeah. Change into cutters. There we go. Right, so I think we have all of the wires here. Hot and cold. So to be honest with you, let's just power it up without the fans and see how hot it gets. Alright, so one moment, let me wire this up. Okay, let's wire it up. So I'm going to start off with, I think it's a 12 volt this thing. I'm going to start off with really low current, low voltage, what will be low current. So let me dial the old. So we're running at 3.5 volts. Now, I have no idea if we'll see something here, but let's have a look. Nope. Let me crank it up to 7 volts. That's a nice colour change. Thank you, official app. You can freeze that somewhere. Don't see much. Alright, screw it. Let's go to full voltage. I'm hoping we'll see something soon. Actually going to flip over to the other app actually. It's a bit better. Thermal. Put you over there. Oh, we're not pulling any current. Oh, it's because I can't wire things up. Oh dear. Alright, let me turn that back down and turn that off. Too many black wires. And red wires. Beautiful. Right. Let's try it again with this app. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah. Let's turn the power supply on. Not much significantly there at the moment, right? You turn it up. I don't know what I'm turning it to. Okay, we're about a couple of amps. Now can you see that it's now starting to get warm around the hot side? This side. And what you can probably also see is it's getting very dark on the cold side. And I can confirm it is cool. Aluminium is not the best for temperature probing, so let me get. So I have a temperature probe somewhere. There it is. Let's see if that's doing that. And it does not. Oh my days. Let's see how this thing's doing now. And you can see it's transferring the heat to the hot side and yada yada to the cold side. Where does the batteries go on this note? Oh, okay. It turns on now. Alright, let's try and get that in there. Now it's got thermal mass, so it won't immediately cook the hot side, but I can definitely tell you the hot side is warm. Okay, so let's put it on the hot side, see where you're at. I'll pop it in there a bit better. I assume it's going to get pretty toasty pretty quick. Yeah, I think it's about 40-50 degrees. Alright, we'll leave that guy in there. See how we're doing. We're getting pretty toasty. Yeah, so as you can see, it does not register cold very well on this, unless we put something on there to make it a matte surface. Shiny aluminium is never the best. Right, let's try some tape. Probably better to try it here. It's getting quite cold. Okay. Let's try again. I am not using this correctly, obviously, because I'm meant to be looking down here. So it's saying about 8 degrees versus like 40. So, let's rewire it up with at least the cooling fan on, and one moment. Okay, fan is now on. Oh yeah, that's nice and toasty. So let's see how we are. So the cold side is, where's that tape? Try to find it. Now, once the hot side gets too hot, it will start saturating the heat back through the cold side. So it's very important you get that cooling sorted out. It's not registering so great on that tape anymore. Doesn't feel as cold as it did before. Hot side's a little warm. Alright, let's put this up to 12 volts, what this is meant to run at. Pop it on its side so we get a better, well, the fan will pump out some cooling on the sides. Okay, so 16 degrees on the cold side. Now the hot side's cooling down, so if we pop this guy in there, it's probably a better idea to do that than sticky tape. But now it doesn't want to stick to it because it's condensating. Okay, we'll watch the temperature probe. Let me zoom in on that for you. Oh, that's some wood. Okay, let's zoom. That's all good. So it's 6 degrees. I'll move away from the flare for now. But get the idea anyway. Cold, hot, cold. See the hot side, cold side now. It says it's about 8. Temperature reading 4. 8. Now, what it does with the Peltier is they generally tell you a certain degree of difference between the hot and cold side if they're working perfectly, not the loads, all that sort of stuff. So it can be about 60 to 70 degrees on one side to the other if you get it right. So I assume the hot side's getting warmer now anyway. We're almost at freezing. I can see that there's, if I zoom in a bit more, I don't know if you can see this, but there is now condensation appearing on there. So it's registering 0. Need a better way of holding that now, but that'll be fine for now. But yeah, useful for like coolers because they're super cheap solutions, and you just power it at sort of really all it is, like a couple of pounds for this sort of module. This all costs £12. All of the fans, etc. Alright, -1. We'll give it a moment. I might fast forward 5-10 minutes to see how cold it gets. So, one moment. Okay, so it's not getting much colder. Now, it could just be, well, bear in mind, this is only going to be cooling down this component here. If you put the fan on, it's going to go rocketing up. In fact, I might even try it. So this is why cool boxes aren't sub-zero generally. Let me just turn that fan on and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, it is on. And I have dropped the wires. So do please excuse it. Okay, on. Direction. I think it's pulling air out. -3. Now, what happens if we add more amps? Well, we're at 12 volts. It's got up to 14. Now, in theory, it might add some extra cooling, but it's going to put a ton more heat through this thing than it was before. But we'll find out. I'm going to take that fan off as well. Yes, it was blowing out that way. Now, you can't just crank the power up more and more. This just doesn't work. You just become super inefficient, and then that heat bleeds through to the cold side. You can see it's starting to condensate. Well, freeze actually, some water on there. Yeah, it's ice. Might actually be colder in the middle, let's find out. Trying to get this thing to stay. Yeah, let's go back. Sorry. I think the probe's right at the tip. Let's try that. As you can see, we're not getting much colder than -3. Now, two factors here. The amount of power the Peltier will take will obviously affect how much cooling it'll have. It's going to be a fifth or a quarter of the power that goes in. And then also how much heat you can wick away as fast as possible. So why don't we change to a... This is a 60, I think. I have a slightly bigger one. This guy. Oh, this is what a Peltier is. So this is a 150 watt module, and I think this is a 60, so let's give that a go. So let me just pull it apart. That's the lid off. Now let's pull the Peltier out carefully. Messy bit now. I hate heat seek compound. Thermal paste. Okay, so text down. Yeah, get it wrong way around can be a bit exciting. Basically, if they overheat, it destroys them. So. Right, you see the lettering, 1206, 60 watt module basically, there it is. So let's pop you to the side, you down, and let me pop this in. 1 minute. Okay, right, that's pretty much back together now. Peltier's on there, put some more thermal compound on here. Pop this down and that's, yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Right, let's screw it back in. See what this module does. Haven't got any bigger ones, unfortunately. Amazon don't ship too many of them. So I hope that's done thermally. Let's pop you back on your side. Wire that back up. Okay, right. All back together, all wired back up. Let's switch it back on. We'll start low. Well, 5 volt. Let's go for 10 volts to start off with. Okay, turn you back on. Let's see how it goes. There we go, it's doing that. Put the flow back. Oh, thermal compound everywhere. Oh. And back to front. So, writing is not cold and hot. Just flop. Let me revert it. The module's back to front. One sec. Okay, that was a pain in the ass. Now, thermal compound created a nice vacuum seal, so a vacuum void inside when I tried lifting it out. So I had to redo everything, pull it all apart. I think I cracked a little bit of the Peltier, but it doesn't matter. I think it's important. I had to just modify that these bits there a little bit. They won't be going back on. And let's try again. Right, take whatever. Let's try. Okay, so we're at 10 volts again. Let's see what it does this time while I clean my hands forever from this compound. Ugh. Interesting. So I put it up to about 13 volts and we're only pulling 6 amps. I would expect us to pull a lot more. I don't know if this is a fake module or I've broken it. Let's push it up to 15 volts. A bit above what it's meant to do, but I have a suspicion this is not a 150 watt module. It is potentially fake or broken. Now we're generating plenty of heat, but I would expect that anyway. Interesting. Let's drop it back down then. Let's go back to 12 volts. 12 volts is about 5 amps, 60 watts. Doubt I broke it that well. It's very hot though. I pushed it up to 16 volts. We're pulling 7 amps, 16 volts. And we'll do the math in one sec. Yep, nowhere near what it should be doing. Oops. So either I broke it, or it certainly isn't as advertised. Certainly dishing out a lot of heat there. Let's see how much heat we got. Oh, crumbs. So what we could do is find something that can dish out a lot more cooling, and see what that does as well. Now I have a solution for that. And we'll try it with both actually, might as well. See what it does. Let me just grab that, that's very hot. Turn you off. Ugh. So I have a suspicion it's not a legitimate module. That's a shame. Right, let me go get the big box. So I did intend on having a higher power module there and then playing with that. Now obviously it will produce a lot more heat, so I'll have to order another one. But I brought something else that hopefully will help with heat. Not quite meant for the task, but it's out of frame. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, this is a computer radiator cooling, or AIO, I think AOA, all in one. It comes with a pump with the CPU, radiator, filled all ready to roll. So let's try this for cooling and see what difference it makes. 1 second, let me, you know what, I'll unbox it now. It might not even work. It's pretty cheap because I only got it for this project. Slide you up a bit more, there we go. Let's smack the microphone. Oh wow, okay. A bit of some assembly required. Fan. Do we need the instructions? Nah. Fan. 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 Is that big enough for a module? Let's have a look. Where's the module? Hello module, where are you? Oh, the box is on it. You get the idea. This is actually the same size as a fairly normal CPU. Let's pop that in the, what's this? Must be CPU mounting equipment. Okay. This feels light. I have a feeling it has no coolant in it. How do I put this together? Maybe I do need the instructions. Universal firing solution. Alright, let's get rid of this box. Put you down there. Destructions. Alright, fan, you have bits and bobs. Yes. 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 Or is it? Feels too light. Void warranty if removed. Wow, let's assume it has its coolant. You know when something's too light to be good? Yeah. I would expect it to have some weight to it. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. RGB cable, of course. And I assume this is for power? Or is this connect all the fans to? Oh, you know what? I should just read the instructions. Plate, thermal compound, doodah, doodah, doodah. Oh yeah, some multiplex of cables. Pump to CPU fan header. Okay. So you've got to connect all the fans to this fan, connect your pump to the CPU pump. On the motherboard, obviously we don't have that, so, you know, right, is it a pull or a push job? Assume it's a push. Okay. Overkill, some might say. We could try it without the fans in initially. Now, what's the wiring of that? I have to Google that one. Warning, remove before installation. I bet someone's made that mistake before. Let's see if this thing works and has coolant now. Now, I'll be amazed. Right, let me Google the this fan header and let me try and make a very quick janky cable. Motherboard. Okay, here it is. No, let's not visit it. Okay, I think I can make a cable, so stand by it. Okay, right, so we've got it wired up. It is running. A lot of gurgling, so I'm not sure if there's enough fluid in that loop, but let's assume there is. Radiator's up here, as you can see. I have removed this already. We'll try the same test again, really, without blowing anything up. That's the idea. Right, it's a bit messy. Let's turn you off. Power to you. So this won't be kind of a did in much ways. It will just be using well, gravity. Alright, stick you there. Place you hopefully very carefully onto the copper block. And smush that compound around a bit. And watch it for it falling off the table. Right, so let's try power again. I might have to just pause it, wire out and come back. Okie dokie, now that is done, and you can see it's already trying to wander off the table. Really could do with this being level. Easier said than done. So, if this thing falls off and goes nuclear, it'd be gone pretty quick, let's put it that way. It'll overheat insatiably fast. And I'm forever going to have compound on my hands. Sorry for the mess. Just could put it well out of shot, but never mind. Okay, let's stick you over that. What can we do about that? Tape. Oh. Bit of tape. Just to hold you down. There we go. Okie dokie. Hopefully this is all right. We should see with the flare, once I put it back on, the temperature going up on the radiator. And we will find the temperature probe. That, of course, is now finding itself under everything humanly possible. Power you on. Now, I don't know what it will do. It'd be interesting. It should make it a bit better, but it depends if this radio is working. Ah, geez, that does not want to go in there. Okay, that's in. So hopefully we've got the right round. Let's try it. Well, it's 6 amps, so it should be. 6 amps, not 15 amps. Okie dokie. See if we're getting cold and hot. Is not what I want. No, actually, I'm not a fan of that app right now. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so we can see the cold side's getting cold. 12 degrees. Now, is the radiator doing its job yet? Not sure yet. It's got a lot of thermal mass. Yeah, so it's about 8 degrees. $22.6. Well, we'll give it a moment. Okay, let's have another check. Don't know if radio's getting warm or not. Oh, actually it looks like it might be working because those pipes are getting warmer. Or the fins feel a little bit warm to the touch. Might be that matte colour again. 23. I think it's working. So while that's happening, let's start playing with these guys and put some fan power on it. Let's see what that does. I want them blowing up because, oh, you know what's going to happen. It's just going to fall off and I don't want it to. And break all the fans. That's my luck. Now, it's going to saturate that radiator pretty quick, I think, so this is why I'm trying to sort the fans out now. Just placing them on. Oh, please don't fall off. Oh, please don't commit suicide. Pump's making a weird noise. Hopefully I haven't got an airlock in there. That would suck. Oh god, please no. Okay. Thank you. Alright, so I actually have wired up the fan doodah plug. Wait, -7? See. Oh, that's not quite, is it? Yes. Should wick away some more heat. Oh yeah, that radiator is warmed up now. Well, we're freezing down there. That's good. Hopefully that'll make it a little cooler. We'll find out. So I might have to do a bit more Googling and find some bigger Peltiers. Okay, right. I don't think we're going to get much colder than that. How's it doing temperature wise? Everything's pretty cold. I think we're just limited now by the Peltier module, so I am looking for a 250 watt from this 60 watt that I have. Yeah, it seems very much a 60 watt. Yeah, I'm looking for a 250 watt. We'll see how that goes and order it. I'll have a play around with that. Alright, well that was fun anyway. Catch you next time.